Welcome to This Week with Tammie Holland, powered by Brown Crouppen. I'm Tammie Holland. Black cannabis entrepreneurs account for less than 2% of the nation's marijuana businesses. That's a really, really low number. So whenever I hear about a dispensary that is African American owned, I get excited. It's because Americans spent roughly $30 billion on legal marijuana in 2022, compared to $20 billion spent on chocolate. Any day of the week, I'd prefer an equal playing field over chocolate. That's why today, it is my extreme pleasure to introduce you to a beautiful black man who owns a dispensary in St. Louis, Missouri. His name is Abe Givens. He co-owns Viola STL with former NBA players Al Harrington and Larry Hughes and Dan Pettigrew. I really hope that you will be inspired today. What's up, Abe?
Thank you for having me, Tammie Holland.
I'm glad that you're here.
But let's be very, very clear.
Okay.
Viola STL is the only African-American vertically integrated company, black-owned and operated, in the state of Missouri. So that would be 2 dispensaries, manufacturing and processing, and cultivation.
Pound me out. Give me a pound.
And
there.
we definitely scored the highest in the state of Missouri
on
all licensing aspects.
Doesn't that make
of
you
the
feel?
Business.
Doesn't that make you feel proud?
Wow.
Congratulations. I think that's awesome.
I'm low-key happy, but not happy about the participation of the minorities in the space.
Yeah. So what I'm hoping today, I'm hoping that together you and I, we can share your story, and maybe we can help somebody else along the way, perhaps. How about that?
For sure.
I like to ask everybody this question: who are you, Abe Givens?
It's crazy. I come from a family, both 2-family household.
All right.
2 siblings, a brother and a sister, both younger than me. I'm the oldest.
All right.
Both of my parents were educators. My dad spent a little time incarcerated. I came through the St. Louis Public Schools, which would be Normandy, Parkway West, and Vashon. My family is from downtown, the Vine Housing Project, Car Square Village, and Pruitt-Igoe.
All right.
And yeah.
You have some connection to Pine Lawn also?
I do.
Yeah.
Pine Lawn is where I grew up at. My family moved, when for better living, for lack of better words. Pine Lawn was the place where my mom took us to.
Yeah.
And I was raised in Pine Lawn, and
I love St. Louis so much. I got to stop you for a second. Anybody who's listening to this from anywhere else across the country or across the world, we have a distinct way of speaking in St. Louis, And so Pine Lawn, we never ever say Pine Lawn. How do you say it? Where are you from?
Pine Lawn. Pine Lawn, Missouri, to be exact. 70
Lawn.
East and West.
Yeah.
Jenny Station Road.
North.
Yeah.
Yes.
Both
the north
ways.
side. What was little Abe like as a young boy in Pine Lawn, in downtown, wherever you were? Tell me about little Abe.
I grew up in a crack era.
Yeah.
So it was more or less, my parents didn't do drugs, but it was drugs all around me.
What do you mean?
So it was drugs all around me, like on the street, up and down the block, drug dealers, Cadillacs, Trues and Vogues, Suzuki Jeeps, beepers, cell phones.
Not the Suzuki Jeeps and the
Suzuki Jeeps,
beepers.
yeah.
Yes,
That's
that
the era.
is something.
That's my era.
Yeah.
So,
was that something when you saw that lifestyle? Was that something that you admired? You liked that a lot?
It wasn't that I admired it because I came from a God-fearing household. Mm-hmm. I was well mannered. Grew up with both parents. Both of my parents, taught me, values in life, what to do and what choices to make. And, just being, if you walk out your front door and you see all of your friends, at the age 7th and 8th grade driving brand new cars,
right,
sneakers,
right,
of course you're going to want the same things.
Sure.
So you have to make a choice. Either you do that or you go the route that your parents are expecting you to go.
That's interesting. So maybe how long do you say did you have, or do you remember this entrepreneurial spirit? Did you have that as a young boy growing up? Did you sell weed? Did you? I mean,
of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hustled, from high school, went to college, spent a little time at.
Shout out. Where'd you go?
Spent a little time at Forest Park Community College.
Matriculation. It's a beautiful thing.
Spent a little time at St. Louis University. Shout out to St. Louis University.
Yes, the Billikens.
Yeah, for sure. My cousin is Larry Hughes, of course.
Yes.
Legendary basketball player from St. Louis.
And a partner of yours.
And a partner in Viola STL. So,
So this is why I wanted to have this conversation with you, because coming up, you once sold weed, and now you sell weed legally now. I think that's like quite amazing.
What they call it is legal trapping.
You legally trapping now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real trap house.
Yeah. So come on, let's help somebody. Let's lift someone up. So let's go to Abe, who is maybe in his 20s. What was Abe doing that you think helped to get him to this point? Because I always say, Abe, this is how I say it. Every job that I had, everything from every radio station, everything that I did, because I'm a God girl, it was just quite amazing.
Yeah.
Everything helped me along the way to help me with the next job. It was like, okay, boom, boom, boom. It was like, college, so to speak. It was like another experience for me. Can you attest to that?
Nah, not really, because I only had a few jobs.
Let's talk about that.
One was Steak and Shake.
What did you do at Steak and Shake?
So I used their drive-through really to sell crack.
Is that so?
So because it was near the neighborhood, so all the crackheads would come to.
Well, they would come through
the drive-through at Steak and Shake.
And what were they asking for? What's the code?
It was really wasn't a code.
I mean, like you come through.
They just come through.
Do you come through the drive-through?
The drive-through for sure.
You come through the drive-through.
Yeah. So
okay, well,
that was the thing.
I guess Abe is quite clever.
And then the rest of the time I spent, my job was at the airport. So I went from TSA security,
right,
to baggage handler,
right,
to commissary,
right.
Putting the carts that you used to see back in the day, TWA with the liquor on it.
Yeah.
So I would work that job, 6 a.m. to 2:30. I would take all the empty little shooter bottles that were full of liquor off the plane at night, put them in a trash bag, and go to the neighborhood and drink with the homeboys and sell crack.
And so
repeat.
So hearing these stories, it's amazing that you are here with us today.
Yeah, it's a blessing for sure.
Really?
My grandparents played for me really hard.
What was that song? I had a praying grandmother.
Yeah, for sure.
You did?
Yeah, no, most definitely.
You did? Yeah.
So,
well, that's what's up.
So I'm here.
Yeah, you are here, and you're more than just here. You're thriving, and you are setting an example.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you think about moves that you made back in the day, I hate the word regret, but can you think about something perhaps that now, as a businessman, you wish that you would have done differently? Because I want us today to be able to give somebody some advice to help them along the way. So what would you have changed differently? What would you have done?
For me, maybe I would have waited a little later to have children.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
How old were you when you started making babies?
I was 2 years removed from high school.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I probably would have waited a little longer. Kids are expensive these days.
So 2 years removed from high school, you were obviously under the age of 20.
Yeah. So I was working.
Yeah.
And trying to raise a son.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
so,
that was a lot for you.
Yeah, it was a lot for me. So
could you ever have imagined that you would be owning a dispensary, a co-owner of a dispensary? Did you ever imagine something like that?
No, actually, no, because so Al Harrington at the time was one of my clients. He actually played with Larry in New York City for the Knicks. And he was playing in Denver at the time. Are we going over the story now, or how do you want? You want to go later?
You make me laugh so hard. No, come on, let's hit the story now. Because
right,
I was just trying to figure out who young Abe was, because
so
it's important to me, and I think it's important for everybody to understand who young Abe is, so that we might be able to better, get a grip on how perhaps someone else could be just like you. No one else could ever be just like you, but to do things like you, perhaps.
So where are we at in the story? Because I missed.
So you're telling me now your connection. So obviously your cousin, and then your cousin's.
Oh, so you asked me, did I ever think that I would be?
Yes, that you ever would be doing this.
So actually, when it was brought to me, I was like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
Like, this is not, you.
You said no, really?
Yeah, no.
You did?
Yeah, no.
Wow. I wonder why.
Because I was marketing. I had my own management company, and cannabis wasn't really a thing. It wasn't federally legal. The NBA had shunned it. All sports and aspects. Really, United States it was a no-go for cannabis. So I didn't want to ruin what I had built as my own brand dealing with cannabis.
You felt like it would be tarnishing for you.
And growing up, cannabis is a gateway drug to everything. So your grandparents and parents said.
So they said.
So I wanted to follow that.
Okay, understood. So, so you all are in the business phase, and you all are together. Did you ever fathom that it would be as big as it is now? Because you've got a dispensary in St. Louis. Tell me where else.
Dispensary in 2 dispensaries in St. Louis, Missouri. 1 in Detroit. We'll have 1 open now in Chicago, and we'll have another one open in about 6 months in Chicago. Maryland, we have a manufacturing, a cultivation license, so we'll be open cultivation there, and also a shop in D.C. And we started in Denver, Colorado, the #1 manufacturing, process, and cultivation in the state of Colorado.
I love it, Abe. Congratulations. I think that is so awesome.
That's where we're at with it.
And the thing that I think that is just so amazing and so awesome is that I have watched you and I've known you for a number of years. And I think the thing that I'm hoping could be a takeaway for anyone watching, especially a young entrepreneur or someone who's really wanting something very badly, that stick-to-itness, that consistency is key. When you honed in and you figured out that this is what you wanted to do, man, there was nothing that stopped you from getting to your ultimate goal, from getting to this point.
Yeah,
that's important.
And my thing for people for the younger generation is take the proper steps. Don't cut corners.
Yeah.
Make sure you do your research.
Yeah.
In the field or the business that you're trying to get into, so you can be as successful as you need to be in that space. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah. So for me, it was no cutting corners. I did a bunch of research. I made sure everything lined up. Mm-hmm. And
I'm gonna be honest with you, because I watched you for a number of years. I thought, you know what? There were many times I thought, man, this Abe, he is just crazier than a road lizard.
It ain't happening.
And it is not gonna happen for him.
Yeah.
And when I saw that it happened for you, Abe, I was like, yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It. Yeah, for sure.
Good for you. So
Tammie was praying for me.
I did pray for you, Abe.
As I prayed for Tammie.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
For sure.
I always appreciated the fact, as I watched you rise, that your faith played a very important role in your life, and obviously in the shaping of what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
It's the plant.
Yeah, over there at Friendly Temple.
Yeah, Friendly Temple.
You still go over to Friendly Temple?
Definitely go to Friendly Temple.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike Jones.
Yeah. I don't know. You would always put a location on when you would go in Friendly Temple. I was like, why you got to drop the location?
Why you got to let everybody know he in church?
Yeah, but that's what's up, though. Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, if we can drop a location, at a nightclub, why can't we drop a location at the church?
Make sure y'all pay your tithes out here.
And you pay your tithes?
I pay tithes.
Your tithes and your offerings?
For sure.
That's what's up. That's important to you. Think that
Definitely.
It makes a difference for you?
Definitely makes a difference.
Give me a good story right now. What'd you do today?
Good story today?
What'd you do today? How'd you prepare to come here today? Because you know what, can I be honest with you? I was a little nervous because this is the first time you and I have seen each other a number of years, and we were kind of fell out a little bit. Yeah. We didn't, but we kind of did, That's nothing. It was nothing. So this was my first time seeing you, so I was a little nervous. Were you a little nervous?
We good.
I know we're always nothing. Good. Are you? But were you nervous?
No, negative.
Negative?
Why would I be nervous?
Why? Because I'm Abe.
We got a relationship.
Cause
It's
I'm
Tammie
Abe.
Holland. You
I'm
Tammie
Abe.
Holland,
I
so
don't
we
get
good.
nervous. I don't, it's
It's nothing. We
That's
go
what's
two
up.
back. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Can you imagine growing up hearing a radio personality's voice on the radio, and then saying, "All right, Tammie Holland, let's have drinks, Tammie Holland. Let's hang out." Word, Tammie Holland want to hang out? What?
Because you
and we
hung
got
out.
a friendship.
You hung out.
That's crazy.
Everybody wants to hang out with you,
And then
Abe.
to come to find out, we lived in adjacent neighborhoods, Northwoods and Pine Line.
I never, and I know I went to Normandy Junior High School. You went to Normandy Senior High School.
And junior
high school.
And Garfield. We attended the same elementary school.
And I know that we are contemporaries, but I feel like I'm a little bit older than you because, Abe, I don't remember you. And you have such an outgoing personality that I would have remembered you in school, babe. I would have remembered you.
Yeah, I think Mama Tammie kept me away from you probably. That's probably what happened.
No, I was just really, really corny, though. So it was easy for me to be invisible because I was very, very shy and I was scared of everything and everybody. I wouldn't have wanted to have had a conversation with you, Abe. Oh, my God.
Yeah,
no way.
That could be true.
Yeah, no way.
That could be true.
It took me a long time to kind of come out of my shell and to kind of become Tammie Holland. And that's when you and I connected. And I wanted to be friends with you because you were down on a music scene. I'm in radio. And of course, I love the arts. I love entertainment.
Sure.
And you were down, you were friends with Nelly.
Yeah.
And that was a really exciting time for you also with your music management company.
Yeah. Shout out to my business partner, Tony Davis, man.
Oh, my
Shout out to
gosh.
Prime 55.
Yes,
Black owned and operated restaurant, steakhouses in St. Louis, Missouri.
That's right.
Along with God Bless the Dead, Orlando Watson, who passed from cancer. But, his legacy is still living through us, so. Yeah. So, yeah. Star Power is our sports marketing and entertainment company on the other side of Viola STL. So we still do business within the city of St. Louis, Missouri.
That's what's up.
So we're good.
So do you have designs on maybe combining or linking the two at some point?
It's still the laws in Missouri are still a little touchy. So we might do some private infused dinner parties or things of that nature. But yeah, we try to keep the liability of somebody coming in a restaurant and eating macaroni with TAC and then passing out or something.
I had an experience like that.
Word.
So, obviously I've got a cancer journey that I'm on right now, and I decided that I wanted to have some edibles, okay? And I had just started a blood thinner, and it was too much for me, and I blacked out.
Oh.
And I have a permanent scar on my face from blacking out from eating this thing. But Level 10 Gin, my producer extraordinaire, okay, came to the emergency room with me. She took good care of me. We got the best video.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, shout outs to HG.
For any cannabis consumers or anyone that, takes edibles or anything, make sure you check the milligrams. And also
mine were that's what my thing was. I had a homemade. I think I know it was a homemade edible.
Oh,
and it was so delicious. It was so great. I kept eating them one after the other. I'm like, ooh, these are so good. I had pixie sticks.
So that's the
key. I know.
Cannabis is legal in the state of Missouri, you guys. Yeah. So you no longer have to get edibles from your homegirl's kitchen.
But
shop at a dispensary.
Yes.
Check the milligrams. Talk to the bud tenders.
It's very important, and I agree.
That's very important.
100%.
It has medicinal effects.
Yes.
So make sure that you tap into the medicinal side of cannabis.
There you go. 100%. I learned it the hard way, though.
But
what?
You cannot overdose off cannabis. Just so we're clear.
I don't know.
There's no such thing. No, there's
I've read some really interesting things on Reddit.
No. Reddit is the wrong place to look for any information.
I know. I was just messing with you.
Yeah, no ODs off cannabis, just so we're clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can't dispute it because I don't know either way, but I'm not going to try to get to that point. How about that?
Yeah, let's not do that.
Al Harrington tells a really interesting story about his grandmother not really appreciating the smoking of marijuana and how she didn't like his, I think maybe a sister or a cousin, but whatever. The story I heard him saying that she didn't really like it. And he now feels as though she would be so incredibly proud of him because he's taken something and he's grown it into something really, really incredible. Do you know the story that I'm talking about?
Yeah, for sure.
Of course you do.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Can you
Grandma
attest to that?
Viola was a great person.
Did you ever meet her?
Yeah, for sure. She was funny as shit.
So did she know of any of this before she passed away?
She knew of everything.
And tell me what she thought about it.
So the original story is...
please give it to me.
And how it came about was Denver was really popular with cannabis. Denver, Colorado.
Okay, of course.
It was like a gold rush. Like they legalized cannabis in Colorado. At the time, Al Harrington, he was playing for the Nuggets. And his grandma was over there, visiting. I don't know if it was for a holiday or not, but she was visiting, long story short. And he went downstairs to check on her before he went to bed for a pregame nap because he had to play that night. So when he went down there, she was crying. She was reading her Bible.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, Grandma, you good? What's going on? Wow. And she was like, nah, my eyes hurt. So he was like, Grandma, you got to smoke some weed. I heard it's good for your eyes and cataracts and this and that. Right. So he sent his cousin to the store. Yeah. He went and got some Vietnam Kush. They tried to get her there smoking in a blunt. She was like, nah, baby, I don't smoke blunts, whatever. Right. So they was like, okay, well, let's do it in a volcano. So back in the day, they used to have these vaporizer volcano bags. Okay. And you just put your face in a bag and the smoke comes up and it vaporizes into your nose and eyes and all that. Okay. So that was the way for her to smoke. Okay. So she did that. I was like, Grandma, you sure you ain't never smoked or whatever? She was like, nah. And he went, took a nap, came back down. He thought she was going to be stoned. He was like, I got to check on Grandma before I go to this game because it ain't, So he go down there, check on her, and she wasn't stoned. She was basically like, my eyes feel the best that they felt.
I love it.
In over 10 years.
I love it.
Right?
Yes.
And he was like, it was more to the plant than just recreational use. Mm-hmm. And so from there, he called me like, yo, I want to invest in the cannabis. I'm like, we're not doing that. Mm-hmm. There's no way we're doing that. Mm-hmm. And I said, let's just research it, let the industry grow, and let's see how we can get into it. And it was a golf tournament in San Francisco, and all the NBA guys was there, and we golfed and drank and came back to the clubhouse. He was like, bro, I thought about it. I really want to do it. I'm doing it with or without you. Mm. And I said, not without me, champ. Yeah. And it went from there. And we campaigned as, African Americans in the space, minorities, because everybody else was making a lot of money.
Making a whole lot of money.
Yeah. So
field.
So we went to the Players Association, talked to the president at the time, female. Her name slips my mind right now, but female president of National Basketball Association, Players Association. Beautiful. And she was like, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's start off with the CBD and hemp before we get into the THC products. So we kind of talked about that. Later, Al sat down with David Stern once he wasn't the commissioner again. And he kind of said like, yeah, if I wasn't a commissioner, I probably would, because if you think about it, most NBA players, they drink a lot. Wine, alcohol.
I don't know this. Is that so?
Yeah, they drink
really?
a lot. So after games, they might have a drink in the locker room. Then they go to dinner with their family. They drink there. And then they go to the club. They drink there. And then they may have more alcohol after that. So that tends to wear on your body. Sure. Right? And then you might be on a road trip. And then you might travel from east to west. Mm-hmm. And you're drinking on the plane the whole time. Mm. Then you get off the plane.
I am so shocked to hear this about athletes, for crying out loud. You're kidding me.
And then you're getting off the plane and you're driving home to your family, which you can really have an accident in the middle of the night flying, drinking the whole time. Okay. So it really wears on your body. So our thing was, wouldn't you prefer that they smoked rather than tear their bodies down and cause injury by continuously having alcoholism, gambling problems, things of that nature?
And the response was?
Yeah, it's making a little sense. Mm-hmm. But it's not, it's not legal in enough states yet. The market is still growing. Let's just keep having conversations about it. All right, cool.
How long did it take to change their minds?
It took COVID. So J.R. Smith was playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers at the time. Everybody was in the bubble. Nobody could leave the bubble.
Right.
Only certain family members, and they were actually staying on Disney property. So the entire Disney property.
Who was they?
The NBA.
Oh, okay. All right.
The NBA season took place in Orlando on Disney property.
This is what, 2020?
The season 2019, 2020, 2021 maybe. All three of those seasons.
All right.
They were they were stuck on Disney property. Imagine that. Nothing to do. Basically playing cards, drinking.
I'd like to get stuck on a Disney property.
But it's no Disney activities. You're only at the hotel.
Yeah, because it's COVID, everything's shut down?
Everything's shut down.
Oh, yeah, well, that kind of sucks.
Right. So guess what?
It's a small world after all.
Guess what everybody wants to do?
Everybody wants to smoke
Everybody wants to smoke marijuana.
Yeah.
So we miraculously got cannabis to the bubble, to J.R. Smith. And J.R. Smith was the landing for the entire NBA.
You're dropping tea, or this is now common? This is common knowledge.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody's smoking.
Wow.
The NBA says, okay, yeah, it's good for the mental, it's good for the body. Let's take cannabis off the ban list.
Well, congratulations.
No more smoking.
Congratulations.
So shout out to Al Harrington, J.R. Smith, Steven Jackson, Abe Givens, Larry Hughes. Hey, you guys owe me a check, actually. I'm waiting.
How does it feel? You're a flipping pioneer.
For sure.
You're a pioneer, buddy.
Better know it.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. How's that make you feel?
Really good.
I know. It should make you feel like awesome. You've come a long way from Pine Lawn, baby.
Long way from Pine Lawn.
Yeah, you have.
Long way.
So what's next for you?
Just to keep growing the business, teaching young entrepreneurs how to be in the space. You know what I'm saying? I get young kids every day. How do you do this? How do you do that? How do you do this?
Do you tell them first that you used to sell weed? And that you don't do that?
I mean, nah, not really. It ain't something that, it's cool. I mean, it happened.
But I'm just thinking that, keeping it real and telling a story how you are now a legitimate businessman, like a major businessman. I think that's pretty huge.
Yeah, it's a part of my story.
And given the fact that there are still a lot of brothers who are locked up to this day because of marijuana related offenses, that I think it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Now that is something that we're very active in.
Very good.
We have Viola Cares. We partner with this organization called Roots and Rebounds.
Wonderful.
In Los Angeles. So incarcerated African American males that come home from jail, we help them to get in the cannabis space. We also help pay for lawyer fees for people that are incarcerated from the war on drugs, because the war on drugs affected our community immensely.
That's right.
So that's where we're at with it.
And so that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like
sure.
I keeping it real with young people especially, and finding ways to meet them where they are.
Right.
Does them a great service, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe. So I hope that you will continue being your authentic self and coming and presenting in only the fashion that Abe can. You're just fabulous.
Yeah, but think about it. Before cannabis, I was, it was the Mike Brown, it was the protest. I had,
I know you.
I have youth protests for kids.
You and I were out on a we were out protesting a few times.
Young girl
together.
got killed, in Ferguson.
That's right.
And
I'll never forget that situation.
And
she was in her room doing her homework.
Yeah, and you and Thizzle took a walk over to her school.
Thizzle, I need to connect with Thizzle.
Yeah, so it's always, for me, it's always been about the youth before cannabis.
Yeah, it has.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know where I came from, and I know what, the other kids need, inspiration and help. Other parents need help and guidance, so
Yes.
The violence in downtown St. Louis, I started an organization called Save Our Youth. So I'm trying to do, more events for the children so they can get them off the streets and not in Keener Plaza out all night, giving downtown the blues. So
thank you for that.
So I really, I'm locked in with the kids and the youth for sure.
Abe
I don't
Love
know how long I'm gonna be young, but
Abe Love the Kid.
man, better know it. Yeah.
Hey, but it doesn't matter. Black don't crack because you look the exact same. I don't know how many years it's been since I've seen you, but you look the exact same. Although I can't see you because you've got on shades. Can I get a hat like that?
Yeah, definitely for sure.
Yeah, I want to.
You got that?
I want to rock that hat.
Got that. You got a box of goodies.
You got
in there.
goodies for me in the box?
For sure.
Whoa.
Most definitely.
All right. I'm so excited about it. And I'm excited that I had this opportunity to connect with you.
Yeah.
And for you to share with my friends. That means a lot to me.
Tammie Holland.
That's
this
my name.
Week with Tammie.
That's my name. Wear it out. Appreciate it. Anything that you'd like to drop in the spirit of a young person watching right now before we split and say goodbye?
For me,
Yes.
it's one flower, one community at a time.
Love it.
One flower at a time, one community at a time. That's how I look at it.
Beautiful.
That's how I look at the plant.
Yeah.
The
Beautiful.
plant helps our community, for sure.
We see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And we see
most
how the
definitely.
plant is helping all of St. Louis, girl,
Yeah,
in a positive way.
in a very positive way.
Amen, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Tammie Holland.
Yeah, you're welcome so much. Hey, I get a handshake. That's what's up. Yeah. All right, Abe. Hope we can do this again.
Yeah.
Yes. Many thanks to the law firm of Brown and Crouppen for their support of This Week with Tammie Holland. They are the best at Brown and Crouppen. Since 1979, they've been committed to providing top-tier legal representation to accident victims and grieving families in St. Louis, Kansas City, Kansas, and Southern Illinois. You know, I would hate for you to ever need them, but if you do, please know that they will take excellent care of you. Next week, I will introduce you to the royal couple of Missouri. They're on billboards all over the metropolitan St. Louis area. The love story of Leon and Lexi is coming your way, and you're going to love it. I promise you, you are going to love it. Until then, remember this: life is death without adventure, and adventure only comes to those who are daring and willing to take chances. Have a great day.